My name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about championing hemp's use and bringing it into the mainstream conscience. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads. Now, what potential does hemp have? I see hemp as how the computers were in the 1970s, where the technology exists, but only really hobbyists, enthusiasts, and really smart business people who see the competitive advantage of jumping on board and using computers from day one. I see it as that, where only really the enthusiasts are using it, and really cutting edge or high tech or really testing and pioneering businesses or industries are using it and testing with it. For example, in the TV show Grand Design, we see in the UK in Swindon about 42 houses being built the Triangle in England. So we're using hemp in construction, and one company, I forget who it is, I think it's one of the supermarkets or one of their warehouses is built using hemp. And we see different companies creating hemp products, like, you know, food stuff in America, in Australia. I forget what it's called, hempfoods.au. So I see it as that. I see we're at the very beginning. If you look at the product curve, I think we're at the very beginning, the early adopters and the early innovators with regards to where hemp is in the grand scheme of things. But I believe that hemp can be a major part, or certainly significantly larger part of the economy than it currently is. Because, for crying out loud, hemp paper is only really 0.5% of market share, which is abysmal. We need to increase that more than tenfold. We have to. Collectively have to do it. Now, I believe that we can take, and I believe that hemp can sustain much bigger products and much bigger thing. It can do much more than what it currently is doing. I believe now it is totally underutilized, and the potential for it in paper and plastics is ridiculous. I also believe that with the right kind of logistics and financing and the local support, that building hemp houses in the UK can do a big dent in the housing shortage in England. But that's a whole different ball game. A lot of headaches and a lot of things to go wrong there. But the thing is, a quick side note, the bigger the problem that you're solving in your business or in life, the bigger your problem is that you're solving, the more you're going to get rewarded. So if you're solving small problems for people, you're going to get rewarded a small amount of money. But if you're solving a big problem for the world, especially, then you're going to get rewarded by a lot of people, and more than just money as well. But that's the way I see money. That's why I see hemp as well. So you want to take it for now. My vision, my purpose for it, for what I'm starting here, and for hemp collectively, is to to champion hemp's use and bring it into the mainstream conscience. Because as I said, I believe it's underutilized, and it can really change and really take our mankind to the next level. And I also believe that we can create, as well as a certain kind of non-GMO crops, just crossbreeding, what I call a lunar crop. A kind of crop that can grow on the surface of Mars, on the Moon, North and South Pole. Crossbreeding in simulated atmospheres. It's possible. It's possible to do that, because I personally see mankind as an interplanetary species, and I think, how can I play my role in making that happen? I can create a crop that can grow on the surface of the Moon or Mars. Let's do it. Big problem, big reward. The bigger the problem, the bigger the reward. Let's solve a big, complicated, hard problem. And that's why I believe hemp. That's how I believe for hemp, say hemp paper, to increase market share, or hemp to be much more appreciated and in the mankind's conscience as like a viable alternative, we have to be ambitious and solve big problems with it. We have to go out there and say, I want to go into procurement as well. I want to champion hemp's use. So I'm thinking of different ways of how I personally could do it. How I could go into procurement and be like, this is what hemp can do. This is what people need in the world. Where's the overlap? That's the zone of profitability. People need more protein or more omega or essential fatty acids. Hemp is ideal. Let's go. Let's create something that we can do with hemp, and let's push it. I believe hemp has a lot of potential, and the opportunity out there waiting for us all to do something with hemp in our own way. So I believe hemp has a lot of potential, and my vision, champion hemp's use and bring it into the mainstream conscience. The question of the day is, what do you believe that hemp can do for the world? What difference do you think, what dent do you think hemp can make in the world? I believe it can do a big difference. I believe it can make a lot of change. Just looking at the yields, for example, pesticide use and herbicide use are dramatically less. It's not a perfect crop, by all means, but it uses a lot less pesticide and herbicide than, say, cotton. And the tree, the acreage, how much cellulose per tree acre, and cotton is roughly, well, for cotton, it's 2 to 2.5 times greater. For trees, it takes months to grow. It's so competitive, it's ridiculous, and trees take years. That's what I believe. That's the potential I think hemp has. So what do you think? And also, lastly, click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. How cool is that?